Yes, guys, welcome back to Lads of Prospect. And today we are talking about transfer news. Ben, how you doing, mate?
I'm all good, mate. Buzzing for this. How are you?
Oh, mate, I'm ecstatic. Especially, this is probably the biggest news we'll ever talk about on Lads of Prospect transfer talk. Should we start with a big one?
Got to, mate. Do you want to read out the statement?
Well, I think you should reveal which player it is first, man.
Of course, mate. Well, it's the one and only. Big
Lionel
Messi.
What a player. What a player. Right. So FC Barcelona, as Ben's just mentioned, have released a statement explaining and, why Messi has left. So what Barcelona have announced is, despite FC Barcelona and Lionel Messi having reached an agreement and the clear intention of both parties to sign a new contract today, this cannot happen because of the financial and structural obstacles in the Spanish La Liga. As a result of this situation, Messi won't be staying on at Barcelona, and both parties are deeply regret that the wishes of the player and the club will ultimately not be fulfilled. FC Barcelona wholeheartedly express its gratitude to the player for his contributions and his desire for the club, and wish him all the best for the future in his personal and professional life. Wow.
Barca fans got to be gutted. They have to.
It's just sort of lost for words, really. I can see that Messi, especially because it's not just what he does on the pitch though with Messi. He demands money because of the attention he'll bring to the club.
Yeah. They say he brings Barcelona more revenue than he actually pays their wages. Like he pays other people's wages, just him being at the club based off shirt sales, literally so much.
It's just insane. And now La Liga's just not going to have anything. They've not got Ronaldo, they've not got Messi, they've not got Varane or Ramos. It's
looking bad for La Liga.
Yeah. So, where could Messi go next?
For me, I think it's between two. It's the big two. It's PSG or it's Man City.
And who do you think, if you were Messi, who would you join?
I reckon Man City. It's got to appeal to more the Premier League, England, the fact Pep Guardiola, who's managed him before, sorry. It just makes sense, really.
Yeah.
If that happens, then the Premier League just put their name on the trophy already.
Yeah, for at least the next 5 years as well. It's just the shock of Messi actually leaving. I'd never thought he'd actually leave. I've got to admit, there was always rumours like PSG and that, but
yeah, I don't know. I thought it would happen. Like I expected at some point it would happen, but I didn't genuinely think I would see it. Because the other thing about, like they said, the Spanish regulations, Barcelona in debt, stuff like that. But I thought there'd be a way around it. Financial fair play with Man City, where they get away with it. I thought Barcelona would be the same thing. But La Liga would be like, oh, you bring too much money and revenue to TV. Because what is about TV revenue now?
It's just
who's going to turn on La Liga to watch a Barcelona Real Madrid game without Ronaldo and Messi?
They'll lose all their fans as well. Most of them were just there for Messi. Loads of them were actually just tourists because going to see Messi.
At least Man City might be able to follow a new stadium now. No empty seats of Messi there.
Well, there probably still will be.
Yeah, you never know.
But yeah, so for as far as we've heard and been told through different sources, it's because of a financial situation, and we expect it to now just be down to Man City and PSG, as you've just explained, Ben. So that'll be interesting to see how it pans out, and obviously over the next few weeks, we'll try and bring you an update on Messi's future if we can.
As soon as it gets announced that day, we're releasing a new podcast of Transfer Talk. We're going through all the details because that's one I'm keeping an eye on every single day.
Definitely. Anyway, moving on.
Right.
Not forgetting, but moving on.
Yeah, we'll stick with Man City. Jack Grealish. So I didn't actually know this. The £100 million agreed is actually in a release clause.
Oh, is it?
Which I didn't know. I thought it was just a bid accepted. Apparently, when he signed the new 5-year deal, it was a £100 million release clause that happened.
Wow. So they didn't actually have an option to turn down the 100 million.
No. So what happened was it basically went straight to negotiations with Grealish, and he had to choose between the two. So Villa didn't really have a leg to stand on. So I was shocked with. I didn't think. The fact he signed a 5-year deal, I kind of thought it might be a release clause or something because it's quite a big thing to commit to.
Yeah.
But no, 100 mil release clause got activated, went down between Grealish based saying Villa or City, and he's chosen City. So medical complete today, and announcement is expected tomorrow. So that'd be on Friday, the 6th of August.
That's
What's your
crazy,
opinions
man.
on it, mate?
I mean, Grealish moving to Man City is sort of just ruling out the Premier League for anyone now, I think. I mean, they've
Yeah,
had an amazing team already, but now you've got Jack Grealish. I mean, all these wingers and attacking creative players they've got Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne. You could use endless amounts. You've got Jesus,
literally.
and they're
Forgetting
also,
Mahrez, Bernardo Silva.
it goes on, doesn't it? And they're also linked with Harry Kane. I mean, will he still keep
Yeah,
up with
we'll get into that one later on, but that'd be
I
ridiculous.
mean, yeah. I mean, he clearly wants to move, but they can
Yeah,
afford anyone as
it.
well. Man City, they've got all the money they want.
My opinion, though, is it a good move for Grealish and is it good business for Aston Villa? Because you've got to look at it both sides, really.
Yeah,
I think for Grealish, it's a great move for him, but football-wise, is he going to be the same? Thinking he's going to be on the bench a few games, possibly. He's not going to be the main man.
and it's
There's a
Aston Villa as
lot.
well.
There's a lot of difference.
They're the club he's always loved and supported. It's
That's the thing. And
and
going for being the main man,
they're offering him a bigger contract as well.
yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't get me wrong, I think he'd do great, but it's just not going to be the same.
Mate, it's just mad, isn't it? I mean, 100 million on Jack Grealish. He's a good
Uh,
player, but just come out of a
record
pandemic,
broken as well. Most
and now
expensive British transfer.
they've got between Messi and Kane. Really, I mean, it's the league's almost gone, hasn't it? But
That's
we
ridiculous.
we won't stop watching it. We won't stop hoping, but it's going to
No,
be a
but
very
Villa though, I'll tell you what, they're using the money wisely.
yeah, they are.
Leon Bailey, 30 million. Danny Ings out of nowhere for
That
25 million.
that is an amazing signing, though, isn't it? I mean, you've got him and Ollie Watkins now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You got them two. They've got the attacking threat. You've got Brendy, obviously, Leon Bailey, Bertrand Traore. I mean, the Villa looking decent now.
They
They
are.
can push for top half, top 10, possibly.
Well,
I mean, if the team they've got, there's no reason why not.
we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, especially without Jack Grealish now as well. Like, it could actually have a negative effect because he's their talisman, he's their captain. It's what happens. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it'll probably happen to Barcelona now as well. You know,
Well, the stats
that
talk for themselves with Aston Villa with and without Grealish.
yeah.
But
So
I'm sure we'll have our prediction video out soon, letting us know all our thoughts of where Villa and everyone else will end up.
definitely, mate. Moving on to a completely different league, but also
Yeah.
related to the Premier League. Romelu Lukaku. Chelsea bid 100 million euro plus Marcos Alonso. Yeah, and Inter Milan turned it down. And after negotiations and contract talks with Lukaku's representatives, Chelsea are now preparing, allegedly, a second bid worth 117 million, which is believed to be closer to the Inter Milan's what they'd evaluate Lukaku at, and Lukaku would earn around 12 million euros a year. I mean,
That is ridiculous.
what do you think about it? What's your thoughts on the whole deal?
I mean, I've heard Lukaku's gone into Milan and said he wants them to accept it if it's a reasonable offer. So he wants to move, and I reckon around 120 to 130 million euros will do it for Inter.
I mean, I don't understand Lukaku though, because he's had an amazing season, an amazing time at Inter Milan. Yeah, he's been treated amazingly. Like the fans haven't been the best, granted, but the whole club, the whole situation, what he's done in the league, how he is at Inter. I don't know why he'd want to change that, especially at the old club Chelsea, where he wasn't actually treated very well. They didn't respect him really. He'll probably just go back, and as soon as Tuchel gets, sacked within the next few weeks or months or whatever, he'll be, on the back again, and he'll move to another club, and it'll be another cycle. And it's just, do you really want to move?
I think a lot of it's to do with the Inter owners, to be honest. because
Why's
I
that?
think Conte played a big part in Lukaku going to Inter. I think obviously he wanted to move abroad because of the Man U thing.
Yeah.
And then the fact the owners within a second have gone, Conte's gone, Hakimi's getting sold to PSG. They need money as well. So it's either going to be Lukaku or Martinez getting sold.
It looks like
So
it's Lukaku at the moment.
yeah, but I mean, going to European champions, you can't really complain about it. Probably wants to come back to England, possibly. I mean, it's quite a big attraction to most people. He's been here most of his life.
And the money's here right
So
now as well.
yeah, I think it'll be a good move, to be honest. I do think with how Chelsea play, with all the players surrounding him, he could fit in quite well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we only want the best for him, and hopefully, if he does move to Chelsea, hopefully he'll do well, but lose to Arsenal.
Love how
Okay,
you got that one in there.
yeah, I mean, the next one we've got is
Of course.
not as a big profile as the other players we've mentioned, the Messis, the Grealishes, or Lukaku's, but we've got one that had a very promising second half of the season, and it's an interesting one for youth players and just young prospects trying to go up. So we've got Joe Willock down because it's been reported today that Newcastle have had a 25 million pound bid for Joe Willock to move to them on a permanent basis, agreed with Arsenal. Now it's not 100% reliable, but this source is pretty solid. I mean,
Yeah, I do think it will go through. I reckon. I think they've been interested in him since the loan last season,
yeah,
so I think it is likely to happen. Me myself, I'm not a big fan of the transfer.
why is that?
I think it's great for Newcastle. It's great for Arsenal. It's not good for Willock, in my opinion.
Why
I
is that
think
then?
I think 25 million. I don't know Willock. I know him based off with last season a good few months at Newcastle. 25 million is quite a bit for few months, but I don't think him being in Newcastle's right. Those are a good few months. They're going to be near relegation or the bottom half of the table kind of thing. They're not going to go and invest in the rest of the team. So it's just him and St. Maximin, really. I
Yeah.
just don't think it's going to progress how he could.
Well, I mean, I hope if he does move, I think he will do very well for next season because he sort of I can understand what you're saying in terms of I think he can go to a bigger club. However, he does
Yeah.
know how Newcastle play. He sort of on his role on the right of the middle three, he fit there very well last season. And I mean, the stats spoke for themselves. He scored, was it every game at the end of the season he played in?
I think it was 8 in 8. He ended it in,
I mean,
almost breaking Vardy's record.
that is some record though, like especially for a
Yeah.
22-year-old now.
I do think a good fit could be Aston Villa if they came in for him.
Or even a Crystal Palace or a Leicester.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think there's so many better, more expansive teams he could play for. But I mean, he clearly fit there last season. He feels comfortable with the club and everything. He probably plays a big factor into it. So all the best for him. I think all parties win really in regards to both Newcastle getting their player and Arsenal getting £25 million, which
Mm,
they can then go use and reinvest.
yeah.
It's overall good deal. But staying on topic of Arsenal, Ben White,
It's signed,
£50 million.
it's confirmed, it's announced. I mean, what's your
Big
thoughts on it
fee.
then?
Big fee. I'm a big fan of Ben White.
Yeah.
I made it very clear at the start of the Euros, I'd put him above Tyrone Mings, and I've put him in with Maguire. No, not with Maguire, sorry, with Stones.
Mm,
I think, obviously, as a Sport Championship club, I've seen him play for Leeds in Championship. He was always going to reach a high level. He was outstanding. I think that showed when he first got promoted to Leeds. They wanted him back for 30 million, and Brighton said no. Got play of the season at Brighton last year. It was inevitable he was going to leave at some point. And I think he could really help the Arsenal defence because you need somebody like that to come in and just that one defender can literally fix everything. As you saw at Liverpool, Van Dijk, not quite the same signing, but he can do a similar effect, I reckon.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a good deal. He's very versatile as well as we've seen. He even mentioned in an interview
Yeah,
that he could play up front. So if Aubameyang gets injured or Lacazette, we've always got Ben White.
yeah, he can play CDM as well. We saw that in the
Yeah,
friendlies for England.
yeah. He's a very versatile and young and you'd say promising player. And I definitely
Yeah,
think he's one of England's future starters,
Yeah,
100%.
and the fact he's got that Premier League now under his belt playing the season, I think he's just gonna get better and better each season now.
Yeah. Moving
But
on to
then,
the final one we've got to talk about, Rafael
kind of
Varane.
comparison.
Are we comparing them to Varane and Ben White?
Everyone wants to compare them. I don't think you can, but everyone wants to.
Similar price tags. That's the only comparison, really, isn't it?
Similar price tags. I think it was 50 million euros this one, so around 43 million pounds. I think one's a young English centre back beginning to get better and better and kind of create his career, and you've got one who's been there and done it all with Real Madrid, now
Serial
coming to the
winner.
Premier League for a new challenge. It's going to be interesting. I mean, what's your opinion on it?
I think obviously Varane signing for United is a massive statement. I mean, he's a serial winner. He's won everything in the game pretty much, apart from the Euros. But I mean, he's won the World Cup. He's won countless Champions League, countless La Ligas, countless trophies in his career. I mean, he's 28, so he's still got 4 good years left in him. And he's
Yeah,
always wanted to play for United. I mean, it's not been spoken about massively, but when he was younger, before signing for Real Madrid, he was on the verge of signing for United. So maybe for him it's meant to be. But I do think when you see players coming from La Liga to the Premier League, it does take some time to adapt. It can take from 6 months to a season, as we've
I
seen
mean, we
across all
saw
the
that
teams.
with Partey.
Yeah. But not just with Partey, there's been countless players. You've got, I mean, Erdegaard, Ceballos are just on the top of my head.
Yeah, all
There's
Arsenal players.
Yeah, well,
Come
they're
on,
the
the
ones on
thinking
top
going
of my head.
there.
Kovacic was another one. He was all right in his loan,
Yeah,
but he didn't set anything that, didn't make any big changes until Chelsea actually signed him permanently, where actually
I mean, look at Kepa. He's had a
yeah.
shocker coming from La Liga.
He's just taken an even longer adaptation period.
He's still adapting.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's sort of all the transfer news for today. Ben, thank you very much.
That's all right, mate. Obviously, going to keep these regularly up to date. We'll let you know everything about the Messi things once we get the information. All right. So one more thing I'd like to see in the comments is write your club and one signing you'd like to see your club make.
That's a shout.
I think that could be good.
Yeah.
And
I
then
rate
maybe
that.
we might discuss a few next time.
Definitely. Anyway, thank you, Ben. We'll see you later.
That's right, mate. See you guys later.